Hello and welcome to our WIFR FastCast. Our top story this afternoon: despite several airports across the U.S. refusing to share a recently released video from Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, the video is playing at the Chicago Rockford International Airport. A spokesperson with the airport released a statement when asked if the video was playing, and they said, in part, Chicago Rockford International Airport was not contacted by the Department of Homeland Security. The television screen located within the TSA passenger screening checkpoint at RFD is operated by TSA. The quote goes on to say that questions or concerns should be directed at Homeland Security or TSA Public Affairs. In the video, Noem says, in part, Democrats in Congress refuse to fund the federal government, and because of this, many of our operations are impacted, and most of our TSA employees are working without pay. Several airports in the region, including O'Hare and Midway airports in Chicago, have refused to show travelers the video. Federal court employees within the Northern District of Illinois will not receive paychecks starting Saturday when courts move into Phase 2 of operations during the government shutdown. Court leaders say Phase 2 happens when Congress doesn't act and the judiciary runs out of money. As part of Phase 2, the clerk's office will reduce operations, only performing certain activities to avoid violations under the Anti-Deficiency Act. Northern District of Illinois Chief Judge Virginia Kendall says she's concerned the lack of funding will create delays in the court's ability to ensure timely justice. 1 out of every 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime, and that's according to the National Breast Cancer Association, changing their lives and those of their loved ones forever. Lisa Horn, a Belvedere mom, became one of these women when she was diagnosed earlier this year. What followed was a whirlwind of treatments at the UW Health Carbone Cancer Center in Rockford.
I am such an advocate about getting mammograms and, trying to do your self-exams. And even my doctor said, did you find it?
You may have noticed blue signs popping up near roundabouts on Rockford's north side. Save Our North End is a community group that has been placing those signs near the Auburn roundabout, protesting the proposal to build a club car wash on the intersection's northwest corner. WIFR's Nathaniel Langley hears from both sides of that argument, including the community group's leader, who says the construction of the car wash isn't the only thing they're fighting to prevent. A fan favorite Love's Park restaurant is set to reopen later this month. Doc's Diner plans to be back in business October 30th, and that's according to a GoFundMe page. The reopening comes more than a month after the building was damaged in a fire, and this GoFundMe page was created after insurance said it would not cover repairs, and damages are expected to cost $30,000. Neighbors Bar and Grill will also host a fundraiser breakfast at 8 tomorrow morning, Saturday, to help cover those costs. Bringing some stir-fry sizzle to the Loves Park area, Super Bowl Mongolian Grill hosts a ribbon cutting Friday morning at 11. The restaurant sits at 1550 East Riverside Boulevard in the City with a Heart. The all-you-can-eat restaurant is moving into the former Hardee's location and is next to Expert Complete Auto Care. Several parts of 11th Street from Harrison to 18th Avenue in the city of Rockford will be closed for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Crews start upgrading the railroad track south of 18th Avenue. Drivers can go through 18th Avenue north of Broadway, and you can visit businesses during this closure. Residents and businesses located in the area will still get their daily mail deliveries and trash pickup services. A local nonprofit is celebrating Dads in the State Line, rolling out a new initiative to train fathers to become better mentors. Fatherhood United reveals its organization's Dadvocate training program, which will certify more than 30 community members who are looking to lend a helping hand to community kids. That event is scheduled to begin at 4 Friday night at the Think Big Innovation Center on North Main Street. WIFR's Miriam Niesmeyer is on her way to that event, speaking with the nonprofit's president about their 3-phase model of restoration, equipping, and activation, and the roadmap for the organization's future. And of course, we're only 2 weeks away from Halloween, if you can believe it or not. Let's see if Mother Nature got that memo with a quick look at our 7-day forecast. So, taking a look out there, you can see right now in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, we're sitting at 78 degrees. We're going to be reaching about 79 degrees here, which, if you think about it, it's pretty crazy to get that high up here this far into October. But you can also see there, we've got a 70% chance for some storms and some rain here later on tonight. So if you're possibly heading out to one of those football games, might not be a bad idea to maybe bring a poncho, maybe bring an umbrella. And even then, I know sometimes, even though it is going to be a little warmer, sometimes that rain can make us a little chillier, especially as the night goes on. So it might not be a bad idea also to maybe bring a windbreaker, one of those rain jackets out there with you as well. Moving into our weekend, you can see we're still going to keep those 70-degree temperatures here on our Saturday, but look at that 60% chance of some storms here on our Saturday. Definitely going to want to be aware of that in case you have any plans out and the great outdoors this weekend. Moving into Sunday, though, that's where we're going to see a pretty big cool off. You can see for our high, we're going to be sitting at about 60 degrees, and then we've got some rain chances there Sunday morning, about a 50% chance. So a little bit of a coin toss there on what we can expect on our Sunday. But then as we move back into Monday, not shaking off those rain chances quite yet, but they are lessening. It looks like we've got a 30% chance of some rain here coming up on Monday, 69 degrees for our high there. And then as we move into Tuesday, we're going to be reaching 57 degrees for our low. And then moving into Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be holding steady there at 60 degrees flat. So, of course, never a bad idea to be downloading that WIFR First Alert weather app so we can send those updates out to you at a moment's notice right at your fingertips. And those stories that I mentioned here just a couple of minutes ago will be coming up in our shows at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Of course, you can head to our website. That's www.wifr.com to get the latest news both in the state line and across the country. And of course, you can also head to your smartphone's app store. You can type WIFR into the search bar of that app store. That's either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. You can download both our WIFR News app as well as that WIFR First Alert weather app that I mentioned just a second ago in case there is any sort of weather emergencies, anything severe, any rain, storm, no matter what it is, we want to make sure that we can get those alerts out to you as quick as possible. Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you coming up here in just over 20 minutes or so for WIFR News First to 4. Thanks for watching.